copyright notices. If you wish to read, pause the video. The original videos are linked in the description down below. Enjoy. Alright then, so what you're going to see in this one is Tommy Robinson get arrested for... he got ordered to leave because there's a Section 35 in place, but it was just ordered a breakfast. At that moment in time, all he was trying to do is eat his breakfast. You'll see the outcome of all this. I have linked a few videos together to piece it all together, but you will see the outcome of this interaction. I will break it down as we go through, as usual.
I'm hired. I'm doing my job. I'm getting paid to be here, as is he, to report on this demonstration. And paid for by who? What do you mean paid for by who? I work for a company called Urban Scoop. That's the company. Yeah?
We often ask press on big events like this, their press to show their national union journalism.
You don't have to show national union journalism, so you don't know what you're talking about. As a member of the press, it's a free press. I'm free, yeah, to report my journalism, unless you want to control who can report. Is that so? You're here from the Metropolitan Police Force to control who can make reports and who can do journalism, are you?
No.
Is that what you're here for today? So explain then. But you are here. That's what you're saying.
Tommy, what's your intentions about being here today?
My intentions about being
here from the press. So
my intentions are to do a report and to let people know of what's happening and to interview people, and that's what my intentions are, and then to go home. Yeah.
Do you intend to follow the march from the start to the finish?
Yes.
Okay.
And speak to people.
So I just want to get one thing straight. We all might not agree with Tommy Robinson's message, but regardless of his message, we're looking at this interaction. So what you're going to see is the police are trying to censor Tommy Robinson from being able to go on this march to wherever he is going. I don't really follow all these marches and stuff. I don't really care. It does not affect me personally, so I don't care. I don't like the fact that there is all these marches going on when there's all these other bigger problems and the media's following all this stuff. But yeah, this interaction is very important. He's just told him what his intentions are on this march. To follow the march, try and get interviews with people on the march. So he's just explained to him that he's basically a journalist following the march. But let's see what happens.
And interview them on the way.
Okay. Very calmly.
So there's three of you here now. Are you expecting anyone else to attend?
Just us three. I haven't come with lots of people. I've come here to do my job, yeah? Which is to report to people who want to...
So 35 has been put in today.
What's that mean?
Section 35 is dispersal. Yeah, so it's for the City of London.
Yeah.
For Westminster in its entirety, the Camden into the...
What does that... Is this put on for me personally?
No.
Yeah. No, it's put on for this area to prevent...
Yeah, okay, but what...
Okay then, so let's cover the Antisocial Behaviour Crime and Policing Act of 2014, Section 35, which they are saying, which is a dispersal order. This was updated on the 27th of November, very recently. Well, today actually. So let's have a look. Tommy Robinson was asked to leave under this section. So basically, if this order is put into place, which there was one put into place, the police can basically ask you to leave the location, but it has to meet Section 2 and 3. So the first conditions of this, basically the constable has reasonable grounds to suspect that the behaviour of the person in the location has contributed or is likely to contribute to members of the public in the locality, so basically the location, being harassed, alarmed or distressed, or the occupants in the location of a crime or disorder. Right, so is people in that place gonna be harassed, alarmed or distressed? Probably, because it's Tommy Robinson going to a pro-Palestinian march, but the argument can also be seen most of the locals there don't agree with the march anyways, so does that mean they can stop everybody at the march under this section as well, just because it can well, if they're going to do that to Tommy Robinson because people on the march could feel harassed, alarmed or distressed, does that mean that members of the public can ask the police to move the march, stop the march, because they could feel harassed, alarmed or distressed? well, yeah, that's how it should work. Is that how it's gonna work? Probably not, because as we've seen through this whole incident, the police are knocking down anybody which is against the Palestinians. The way they using their authority to dictate who can and can't be there, as we're seeing with Tommy Robinson at the minute, and the tactics used as well in this case. So at the moment, what I see is basically members of the people what live there can be harassed from the march. So this should apply to them as well from the wording of the law. And did you hear what that officer said when Tommy Robinson asked, does this just apply to me? One said no, one said yes, and then backtracked immediately. I don't know if you caught that, but that's what happened.
Is this put on for me personally?
No, it's put on for this area to prevent
Yeah,
any problems.
okay,
So
but Richard.
Now explain what they're asking you to do. Is
What?
that right?
No, they haven't. No, what I'm asking is, I'm here at work as a journalist. Are the police deciding who can be a journalist or not?
No, this has got nothing to do with your role.
Okay, so I'm here as a journalist to report. What are you telling me that I'm not allowed to report?
You personally are not to remain here, regardless of why you've come here. It's got nothing to do with your job.
But it is, because your statement said that about freedom of the press, that the right of a journalist to report. Yeah, no, the Metropolitan Police Force. I've just dug their
I haven't
statement.
said anything. I've given you the reason we're asking you.
What is
to
the
move
reason?
on.
What is the reason?
To prevent harassment, alarm and distress. The members of this community around here were asking you to please leave.
To prevent.
Yes. Would you please comply with
No.
the instruction these officers have asked you?
I'm here to do my job.
So unfortunately, yes, they can move you on, even if you have not committed a crime under this act, because the wording of the law says likely to cause harassment, alarm and distress. The fact that they could dictate who is likely to cause it and who is not is the problem with this section 35s, because you don't even have to. They don't even have to have a reason. They can just say you're likely to. You need to move. You are, and they can pick and choose who they believe is likely to cause harassment, alarm, and distress. That's what the biggest problem is with this whole situation, and that's why us as British citizens and people that live in this country need to fight against these ridiculous laws that are in place.
If you want to arrest me for doing my job, then you'll have to arrest me for doing my job.
If we arrest you, it won't be anything to do with your role or your job.
But it is, because I'm here at work to report. We have freedom of the press in Great Britain. The Metropolitan Police Force don't control which journalists are allowed to report or not, because that then is dictatorship. You're controlling the media.
We want this branch. We don't want you here.
Yeah, who? Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah.
And you're coming into Stone Trouble.
What are you talking about? Excuse me. Go away. Yeah.
Right. Let me make it really clear.
Yes.
You are to leave, and if you do not leave, we will take positive action. And if that means arresting you, we will.
Why don't you?
We've given
Can I ask you? Why don't you
have
arrest the
this process
jihadis?
in place.
His but to hear a terrorist organisation on the streets of London yesterday.
You're being very
Okay.
rude.
No, you're being rude. I'm at work here. I'm here at work.
To you
Yeah.
that this has got nothing to do with your role as a journalist.
But I'm here at work.
Your presence here is causing alarm and distress.
And you don't think
to
that?
members of this
Okay.
community. Let me
Okay.
finish.
Go on. Finish.
So we are asking you.
Okay.
There's a direction in place for you to now leave.
Okay, then, so that is a fair point. But is it? Like I say, I don't agree with these Section 35 dispersal orders. I do like the fact that they started to use them on Just Stop Oil. Took them long enough, but like I said, they're picking and choosing which benefits the majority of the public who to use these sections on. In this case, I think this was the biggest mistake, because I think these videos are going viral of him getting arrested, which does not look good for the Metropolitan Police. And the fact that they're using it to censor him, taking his freedoms away. If they have a freedom of speech and a freedom of protesting, he should have it equally, regardless if they agree with it or not. He's gonna end up. You all know he gets arrested, so he ends up getting arrested. But who else did he arrest? Not many people, did he?
That has been lawfully invoked at 11:22 by the City of London Chief Inspector. Mr. Fisher, you are asked to leave.
You see,
I don't want to
okay.
make a scene.
No, can I just, okay, I'm ordering my breakfast, I'm having my breakfast, but can I just ask, no, I'm having my breakfast, can I just say something? You don't think the presence of jihadists on the streets is causing alarm and distress to our whole nation? Our whole country has caused alarm and distress every week with these Palestinian marches where they're calling for jihad. Yet you come up to me, who's here as a reporter and journalist. This is how brave you are. Look, how many officers have you got waiting outside? I'm here to do my job. Why don't you try clamping down on the men who are promoting hatred?
Are you going to leave?
I'm having my breakfast. I've just ordered a breakfast.
I don't care you ordered your breakfast.
I've just paid for my breakfast.
Are you going to leave or not?
I'm having my breakfast. I've just paid for my breakfast. We don't live in a fascist state.
A lawful order to leave
I'm having my breakfast. I'm having my breakfast I've just ordered.
Are you going to leave or not?
I've just told you I'm having my breakfast I've ordered.
I don't care.
Give me the money for my breakfast.
So that's the best point of all of this, which I said when I was explaining the law. A lot of people don't agree with them marching through the streets, chanting to kill Jews and stuff. Did they stop that? Was the Section 35s in place? Yes, there was, because Tommy Robinson got moved on it. Was the marching telling to kill Jews? Is it a terrorist organisation? I don't know if it's a terrorist organisation, but they're obviously a hatred organisation, and they're there to terrorise the Jews. So technically, yes, they are a terrorist organisation. What is a terrorist What is a terrorist? A terrorist is somebody which creates terror. So if the Jews are scared, that is a terrorist organisation, regardless if you like it or not. So in this situation, did they go and move all these Palestinians on? No. Did the bollocks?
Give me the money for my breakfast. No, I won't.
Get a refund from
My
that.
breakfast has been paid for.
If you do not leave, sort out a refund, I will come in and I'll make sure you leave. End of.
Can I just ask again? Is there freedom of the press in Great Britain? Is there freedom of the press? Is there freedom of the press in Great Britain? Is there?
That's not
Is there
my-
freedom of the press?
That is not what I'm discussing.
You are. You're telling me that there is no freedom of the press. You're here to decide who can report and who can't. There's freedom of the press in Great Britain. You're a fascist. You're a fascist. You're a fascist, officer. You're a fascist.
You're just twisting the conversation.
No, you're here to decide which reporters can report, aren't you?
Leaving or not?
I'm having my breakfast.
So he is correct there. They are dictating who and who cannot be in certain places, especially when the Section 35's in place. Like I said, they can pick and choose who they want to leave without any grounds, really. They should have reasonable grounds, but they don't have to explain that to you. They can just assume that you're going to cause a trouble and ask you to leave for a certain period of time while that order is in place. Tommy's got it correct here. Our country is turning into a dictatorship with laws like this. They pass loads through just before the coronation, and they're going to keep on doing that stuff until we have no freedoms left whatsoever.
Stop resisting! Stop resisting! Boy, lads! Calm it down.
So what you've just witnessed there is, 20-30 coppers struggling to handcuff Tommy Robinson, so they believe it's reasonable to square him point blank in the eyes with incapacitant spray or pepper spray, whatever you want to call it. But the moment they do that, did you notice how this jihadi John Gatto, panned the camera away so it didn't catch it on camera? Luckily, there's hundreds of cameras there, so somebody would have. But as you've seen, there's how many coppers there struggling and believe it's reasonable to use that many police officers and that much force to put handcuffs on Tommy Robinson. Like I say, I think this is excessive. It was definitely excessive to point blank spray him in the eyes. That spray can actually cause damage to the eyeball, especially when used at such close range. So, did you see the type of policing in them last two clips? First, the point blank pepper spray. I'm not going to go into that again because I've just covered that. And then look at how many there is, and they're still saying is resisting. Maybe if there wasn't like 100 of you trying to arrest one person or pushing and shoving each other, it won't feel like he's resisting. Not just that, why is it you only ever see this type of policing when there's like special measures in place. You got the Sarah Everard protests, or remembrance, I should say, where they use extremely heavy-handed policing just like this to arrest women which are just there to pay the respects because of their dirty officers. And now you got the exact same policing for one person, which is just, he was eating his wasn't even eating his breakfast, he was waiting for his breakfast to be delivered, to be sent to him. And then you've got him getting arrested for just trying to do his job, report. I don't know if you'll agree with everything I'm saying. To be honest, I don't really care. Everybody's got an opinion. Everybody's entitled to opinion. I might not like everything he says or everything he does, but I respect his freedom of speech. He will die for his freedom of speech. I will die for our freedom of speech. I will fight for your freedom of speech, regardless if I'd like it or not. Let us know in the comments down below what you thought of this interaction. As always, like the video, it does open YouTube's algorithm, and I'll catch you on the next one.